You're listening to For Better and Worse podcast with Rach and Jerry.
I'm talking right now. Okay.
Good enough.
Good enough.
Okay.
How's my dad says, good enough never is.
Good enough never is.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Yeah. Trust me. It was his saying. I had to work through that in therapy.
Did you?
Yeah.
Because you were like,
there's no such thing as good enough. Yeah. Are things making sense? Are things clicking?
It's you and Laura.
Yeah.
This is what I'll say. My Gemini eldest daughters.
The curse.
Mm-hmm. And I kind of just don't give a fuck. Like most of the time. Like when it comes to like my parents' approval, pass.
That's something I worked on in therapy. So right now I'm like, meh. But there was a time in my life where would not have been my answer.
I know. I've been friends with you a while now.
Yeah. Yeah.
2017, I believe.
Yes.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. I'm also having a problem right now, guys, where I cannot stop picking at my eyebrow. I've pulled out like 6 eyebrow hairs.
They've been long and it's been jarring. And I need her to stop.
Do you know I've never had anything done to my eyebrows?
Like them wax, them tweeze. You know, or tweeze them?
I think I tweezed them once in high school and I sneezed so much that I said I'll never do this again. So now I have one of those like little vibrating things. And so I use that to like
a shaver?
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's like a face trimmer, but it's like really, really small.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So I'll use that on my like the underneath. My eyebrows are also blonde, so it's hard to see them.
Yeah.
But it used to have this like a guard where you could put it on and then you could go over your whole eyebrow and it would just like trim it.
The way I would never, ever trust that ever in my life.
Oh, I did it all the time, but I lost it. And so now I can't do it. And that's why I have certain eyebrow hairs that are so long, they're curling.
Jerry, all I can think about is when you're old, elderly, 95. You're going to have the longest brows in the facility.
Oh, 100%. I'm going to
People will
braid
come
them.
from all around to braid them. They will come on.
Because that's the dexterity.
If they are
of this old
that
home.
long at 34,
Yeah.
what must they be?
Well, I might have Susan start trimming them, my future mother-in-law.
Okay.
Because I've gone over, so she cuts the boys' hair.
Aw.
And so I've gone over when she was cutting the boys' hair, and then she cuts Brady's hair too, and then she does.
She got to trim them up.
She trims his eyebrows, and now I want to be like me next.
Yeah, my dad has always had heinous, nasty long eyebrow hairs and nose hairs, and he had one godsend of a hairdresser, one for a few years that would
she was
really
like,
do him up.
I won't let you leave looking like that.
And now he also has a godsend of a hairdresser that really makes sure he's right, and that person is Laura.
Laura does his hair?
Yeah, I used to do his hair, and then I was just getting sloppy because I just didn't care anymore. It was during COVID, right, when I started.
Yeah.
And it was kind of fun, and then I was like, how is it that the more I'm doing this, the worse I'm getting? How is it that I've done this more and more and I keep getting worse and worse? But I think it's because like when you're a hairdresser, you're doing hair every day.
Yeah.
I'm doing it every 2 months. Not enough time to hone a skill, not enough time. There were a few accidental buzz cuts in there. But my sister, as the Gemini eldest daughter, says, I'm going to perfect this. I'm going to do it well. And I'm going to be better than everybody else that's ever cut hair. And she's doing a great job.
You know what I just realized? That Gemini eldest daughter is GED.
And you guys both got your GEDs.
We are GEDs.
Jerry and Laura have got their GEDs.
I wonder how many other GEDs are there out there?
Many.
Rise up.
Rise up. Gemini eldest daughters, rise up. Because I'll probably be your friend.
Where are you?
That's just my special sauce. The special sauce for me. Gemini eldest daughter, something about you guys.
I'll tell you, I tried to cut my kids' hair I cut their hair until I got with Brady, and then Susan started cutting their hair. But she didn't cut their hair for like a year. Mm-hmm. I was still cutting their hair. And then it got to a point where I was like, you're going to school. People are seeing you on a regular basis.
We gotta make you look right.
This is not growing out.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Yeah.
You're the kid with the home haircut. So
it was giving Wild Boys in the Backyard.
And that's because it's exactly what they were.
Yeah. And I mean, still to this day, I've never seen Ollie with a shirt on.
No.
That boy, it doesn't matter the weather. He's indoors, outdoors, no shirt.
I don't know if I've mentioned this on here, but I had to tell him he cannot take his clothes off the second he gets in the car after school. I need him to wait until we get home.
Right.
Because I'd be driving home talking to him about how school was, and then I go to look over my shoulder. I'm like, you are naked in the back seat.
What happened to your clothes?
Brother.
Elsie has this thing currently that's like a sensory issue of if there is a singular drop of water on her shirt or her dress.
New one.
New. She says, I am all wet. And I'm like, at best you're a bit wet.
Yeah.
And it will dry.
Yeah.
I've got to take off my dress. Even if it's just a shirt, it's a dress. I have to take off my dress. And she's currently only wearing dresses.
Yes.
If I give her a shirt, she says, I'm a princess. Mm-hmm. Well, say less.
How dare you, peasant?
Say less. Okay, let me go find a clean dress. And sometimes they're not clean. Sometimes there's a little bit of ketchup on it.
Ketchup's fine. Water? No.
No. And I did think, I was like, oh, does she have no, we got pancake mix all over her one day. Dry pancake mix. She just
wore it.
She was not bothered by that.
That's an accessory.
Water, which she loves to be in. A singular drop.
That's fascinating.
She's done. She can't handle it. I am all wet.
All wet.
All right. All right, sis. But speaking of my kids, this week, I am now officially a full-time stay-at-home mom, everybody. I do not have the funds for childcare anymore. And my sitter, also coincidentally, who lives with me, got a job full-time because the only way we can get her out of our basement is to give her a full-time job. So
how dare she, but
Tay-Tay.
Also congrats.
Congrats, Tay-Tay. But this means I'm home with them kids, guys. I'm home with them kids. No end in sight, which I think is the overwhelming part of it.
There is an end. It's just not it's school. And that feels so
that seems
far.
Seems so far.
Yeah.
And it's bad when my mom can come and help and give relief, but she doesn't usually help for a full day.
Yeah.
I had an appointment on Wednesday, so she was scheduled, and I was like, okay, yeah. Can't wait to go to the OBGYN to get a little break. Nothing like saying, I need a bit of me time. Let's go to the OBGYN.
Yeah, let's get some stirrups on.
Let's get the stirrups on. Let's get the little plastic dress on, the little paper dress. Mm-hmm. Let's get the speculum going.
Yeah.
But
that's a little duck guy.
Yep. Medieval torture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. Is that weird?
You like the cold metal inside your vaginal canal?
Kind of. I'm a sweaty gal.
A sweaty inside your vaginal canal?
I'm sweaty just about everywhere you could think.
Really?
Not wet sweat.
Just a little clammy?
Yeah. Hey, I put the clam and clammy.
Yeah, I've heard about your discharge. Trust me.
I'm never not talking about it. My God. Did I tell you? So I think it was on an episode that Sierra and I recorded in Nashville because I was in that hotel room and it's so fucking hot. Okay.
I remember this and I was like, has this bitch heard of panty liners? I was listening to this episode
where I was perpetually wet pussy.
Somebody sponsor her WAP.
My WAP.
Give her some daily panty liners.
Somebody showed up to the show in, where the fuck were we? Alabama? Did I go to Alabama?
It doesn't sound right. Oklahoma?
No.
Alabama?
I know it's not Oklahoma because I spent so much time talking about a fucking guy who sings Austin.
I don't think Alabama sounds right. Georgia?
I did go to Georgia. I think it is
Omaha, Nebraska? You went there.
I went there, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I think I went to Alabama.
Where?
Greenbow, Alabama. Okay. No, fuck. Where did I go? Anyway, we were there. Somebody brought a big old poster talking about my WAP. I was like, that episode just came out.
And what did the poster say? Jerry has a WAP? Like,
it was like,
tell me something I don't know.
For Jerry's wet pussy, and it was underwear drawn on, which I've been given actual underwear on tour.
And that would have been more practical.
And I've used it.
Yeah.
It was
clean.
Yes. Unused.
Okay.
I hope. I think it was in
Didn't give it the sniff
it was
test.
in like a care package.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But at that OBGYN appointment, I had scheduled it to talk about getting sterilized, getting my other tube removed.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you like, this is
Yeah, I think
birth control?
Yeah, because I'm so anxious about getting pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Will that throw you into menopause?
Huh?
Will that throw you into menopause?
No, losing your uterus.
That's what does it.
But the fallopian tubes will be gone. My ovaries will still exist, and my uterus will still exist. But I have no desire to have more children. And if in the case I ever become mentally ill enough that I would want to have children, we would do IVF anyway to not have another child with cystic fibrosis. Because for those of you that don't know, cystic fibrosis is a genetic condition. Mm-hmm. And every time, because Josh and I are both recessive carriers, every single time we have a baby or try to have a baby, there's a 1 in 4 chance that they would have cystic fibrosis. 1 in 4 chance of CF, 1 in 4 chance of not having anything, and 2 in 4 of carriers. So
I love a Punnett square.
And what's crazy is I've dragged Punnett squares. Punnett squares came back and they said, poof.
They said, I heard you were talking shit.
The pod, I talked about like, that's all bullshit.
Punnett squares?
Yes, because I remember like people talking about red hair, and it's always been red hair specifically that it's like, okay, but it's also like people would be like, yeah, they got red hair, but you know,
it's a dominant recessive gene.
But it might have just been like a genetic fluke. I'm like, okay, is it all just genetic flukes? We're just like rolling dice here. Like,
I mean,
you know, it'd be like people would be like, yeah, if your grandma has red hair, your parents won't, but then you will. But then it's like, what about your son has
red hair?
Red hair.
Yes.
You know, like people would say that, and I'd just be like, blah, blah, blah. I don't get it.
Poo, poo, poo.
I don't believe. And then science came and said, well, how about we give you a chronically ill baby for life? And I said, oh, science is real,
Thank you
everybody.
So much.
Science is real. Color me educated. So I don't care. Like, in a very real way, like Piper's life is very hard. Like she does have like a normal life, but there's so many extra steps brought into it. And CF is progressive disease. We do not know how it will progress for her, and everybody is different.
I didn't realize that there was 2 different like kind of routes CF could take.
There's a bunch of different ones. Like there are people like that are, maybe we talked about this before, but yeah, some people have like really mild cases of CF and they don't find out till they're older.
That's so fascinating.
And Piper was never going to be that gal.
Yeah. Because she's
which means
nonsense.
Like in theory, she's got the nonsense. Mm-hmm. And in theory, that would mean any child we have would also have the same severity of CF. And it's not a life I would wish on anybody.
Right.
And it's amazing to watch Piper, even at 15 months old, her treatments, and like she loves her inhaler, things like she knows it makes her feel better. It's so cute. Oh. But I wouldn't wish that upon another kid. So get them out. Get my tube out.
What happens to your eggs?
They just, I imagine it's the same as like a vasectomy, meaning like they fall out, like they come out and they just get absorbed into the body. Because that's what a vasectomy does, is they cut the route of sperm.
Okay.
So ejaculate still comes out, but the sperm doesn't meet the ejaculate.
Okay.
And so the sperm still exit. It just gets reabsorbed into the body.
I feel like I get health class with you every single week.
Welcome to health class, everybody.
I even taught health one time.
Yeah.
But I taught it in rural Ohio, which means we did not talk about sex.
No, you did not talk about sex.
No.
Yeah, welcome
Meanwhile,
to health
we have
class.
like pregnant teens in the class, so we're like, I think you guys already know what's up. Yeah. Okay.
Because obviously we looked into a vasectomy first because it's a lot easier, less invasive, and
you did your
less
time.
painful. And I did my time.
Yeah.
Asking a man with severe health anxiety to do any sort of medical procedure is not patience I have. I don't.
You know what? And that's really brave of you to say.
Waiting for Josh to get a vasectomy is like waiting for rain in this drought. Useless and disappointing, or whatever that Hillary Duff line is.
Speaking of, did we talk about Hillary
We
Duff?
talked about Hillary Duff giving head in the back of the dive bar, I believe, in one of our
Oh my
last
God. And I
episodes.
said there was another line in the song, which is touching myself by the front door because you don't even look my way no more. That's not actually the line. That's the edited version. The real line is touching myself looking at porn because you don't even look my way no more. Hillary Elizabeth McGuire Duff.
Wow.
Shooketh I am.
Leave nothing to the imagination, those lines, is what I'll say.
No.
Okay.
But keep rhyming roommate with roommate. Love the work you did there.
The roommate.
Yes.
There. But yeah, and the cutest thing last night, I was putting Elsie to bed.
Love the transition.
Yeah. Well, we're going back to cystic fibrosis.
Yeah.
And Elsie said, Mom, we were like, the lights are off. It's quiet.
Yeah.
I thought she was asleep. She just goes, Mom, I'm so sorry Piper has cystic fibrosis. What?
Oh.
You're not even 3 yet. And I was like, me too. I am so sorry too. It's really hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. How do you feel about it? Like what?
Yeah.
Well, because earlier she was like, I want to do a treatment. And I was like, that's not the journey for you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you don't need to do that. Just for Sissy. It's just so cute and it's so sad and so cute at the same time. And
Kids at like that age, like almost 3, 2, 3, they become so aware and so like, I remember there was a time I was sitting at the end of a hallway crying because of what was happening in the household. And Forrest came up to me and he said, "It's okay, baby. I love you."
oh,
Ripped my heart out.
that human ray of sunshine.
Listen,
Right. And I'm sorry you're seeing me this way.
I know.
So tough. But I'm excited for the procedure, which is next Thursday.
You're getting it next Thursday?
The man had an opening or it was waiting till April. And I said, okay,
So next Thursday,
Yep.
you're going to be tubeless.
I'll be tubeless. Next time you
Wow.
see me,
You'll be tubeless.
I will be sterilized. I don't know if sterilized is the proper term, but I guess kind of.
Kind of.
Like for all intents
Technically.
and purposes,
Yeah.
nobody could make a baby with me naturally. So sterilized.
Intents and purposes?
For all intents and purposes?
I've always wondered about that phrase.
Do they say intents and purposes?
Is that what it is?
For all intentions and purposes, right?
Intentions and purposes or just intents?
Intents? Like, isn't that the shortened version of?
Yeah, sometimes I have said intensive purposes.
And that's fine.
And it's wrong, but that's fine.
Okay. And that's fine. Okay. We get so caught up on the human language sometimes. Intensive purposes, I don't care what you're saying. Sure, I know what you mean. Intensive purposes, it is just a blob of a word at this point. Nobody knows what it means, but I know what you mean.
That's how it was with Lucille Ball. I thought it was Lucy O'Ball was her name, not Lucille Ball.
Okay.
Same thing. My mom has a cousin named Chris Muscati, but she'd say her name so fast it was Christmas Scotty.
Christmas, Scotty.
And I thought her name was Christmas for
Christmas, Scotty.
the majority of my life. I wonder how many times, and Brady always thinks I'm making fun of things or people or songs, but I have a form of like echolalia where I will echo things when I hear them and they sound interesting. And I think it's just because I feel like I fuck up language a lot. And I'm like, I need all the practice I can get.
Yeah. And that's fine. We're all doing our best here. Let's not sweat the small stuff. Let's not sweat the intensive purposes. Let's not. It's okay, everybody.
Intensive purposes.
It's not intense and intensive. Who gives a fuck? The world is on fire.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay,
That's very true.
So yeah, I'm excited for my big nap. Getting put out.
Going
Big
under.
full nap. Going under. And I've had this procedure before, except I was internally bleeding and dying before. So this seems like it'll be a little less fresh.
Yeah, there was a lot of trauma.
There's a lot of
attached to
trauma
that.
going on. Rupture.
That was not elective.
No, it was, hi, honey. You're going to surgery now.
Do you want to live?
You might be dying. So we'll see you in there.
Yeah.
By the way, you're losing your pregnancy. Oh, whoa.
Hey, lot to unpack.
Thanks, Dr. K. Thank you for your service here. Okay. This is supposed to be one of our shorter episodes. So
those don't exist.
How short are we going? But who knows? I'm sure we'll blab about this next caller. So let's pick that up. Who is our next caller? Hotline caller number 2. We have Gabby.
Hello, Jerry and Rachel. My name's Gabby. I've been listening forever for both of the podcasts, so that's super cool that y'all are together now. I just wanted to, so I'll give y'all a TLDR basically. I was with my ex for about 10 years. We were together all through high school. We broke up when I was around 26, 27. And the result of that breakup, well, the reason we broke up TLDR-wise was basically he developed a drug addiction a couple of years into our relationship and had a couple of really scary instances happen, and eventually it just led to too many trust issues, and I just had to break it off. All of that being said, that happened about a year and a half, 2 years ago, and I have been with the most incredible man ever since. I love him dearly. I have no notes, love him to death. What I'm wanting advice on is I still feel really guilty about leaving. This is so heavy. I'm so sorry. I still feel guilty about leaving my ex because he hasn't really gotten any better, and it kind of seems like he's still stagnant, and a big part of our relationship with me trying to push him to go make friends and go out and do things. And I think I would be able to move on from the guilt of leaving him and abandoning him in my head if he had gone and done something else that I was trying to push him to do. So it's weird because I'm very happy and fulfilled in my relationship, but in the back of my head, I feel this kind of guilt, like I completely abandoned this man, and it's stupid, and I feel like I am, I don't know, that's my drama. That I could have explained that better. Okay, bye, love y'all.
That was like the epitome of, actually, fuck it. Never mind, I'm going to go. I'll see myself out. Forget it.
Delete.
Yeah. Well, Gabby, thank you for sharing. Also, it took me probably 4 times hearing TLDR to know what you were saying. And that's because I'm so old. I was like, what are we saying? And I was like,
old?
Oh.
I feel
too
so old.
long, didn't read. Got it. Okay. I feel very connected to this.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand where you're coming from, especially because you were high school sweethearts. You met when you were children. I know when you are in a relationship with somebody, if you've been in a relationship like early college, high school, until into your 20s or even later, none of it feels like you were an adolescent when it happened. It all feels like I was an adult doing adult things, making adult decisions, starting an adult life with this person. But you were a kid, and so were they. And the decisions that you were making and the way that you were perceiving the world was very much through a young lens. And I think there's a lot of codependency.
I was about to say, Gabby, have you heard of codependency?
Yes.
Because I'm not going to say you don't feel guilty, but I'm sure a lot of it's what you feel is like codependent anxiety.
Yes.
Of this, like, I was in charge of this person's happiness for so long and I stepped away for me and good for me, but also it pulls you back.
Yes.
To that is still my job to fix. That is still my job to feel. That is still, but like,
right.
That is not healthy. And I think that's why a lot of relationships when you are that young feel that way.
Yes.
Like it is this all consuming.
It's so intense.
I
feel like the only relationships you have prior to your first romantic relationship typically is familial.
Right.
Like, yes, you have platonic friendships and stuff, but even some of your first girl friendships are more like a relationship.
Yeah, little toxica.
So there is this, like, you're supposed to be able to rely on a person you're in a relationship with. You're supposed to have contact to them. You're supposed to take care of them. You're supposed to do those things. And that's just not reality. You are only responsible for taking care of yourself. Obviously, until you have children, then, you have to take care of them. But you are responsible for you, and you cannot make anyone else do anything.
Right.
And if there were ever moments in your relationship where he was doing really well, you may view that as, oh, it's because I pushed him. Oh, it's because I was there and I was encouraging and I was supportive. And now if I'm not offering those things, those pieces of myself, he won't be happy. He won't be supported. He won't be successful. And to you, I say, was he ever happy? Was he ever successful? Or was he doing what he thought you wanted him to do in order to maintain proximity to you?
Right.
And now you're seeing him do what he wants to do. And it's hard to watch, right? Because you genuinely care for this person and you want them to do well. But if they don't want better for themselves, you can't do anything about that.
Right.
You staying wouldn't have changed that.
No. And you did the right thing. And I think so often as women, we take responsibility for the people in our lives, particularly emotionally immature men, right? It's my responsibility or my job, or I have the capacity to encourage and fix and support, and so I will. And I think in a healthy relationship, right, there's always going to be growth to have when you're with someone. The version of you, like encouraging, supporting, is them doing what they want to do. So if your partner is training for a marathon, you're supporting them training for, you're not telling them, hey, you need to run a marathon.
Right.
Hey, you could totally run a marathon. You did, you played football in high school. Let's run a marathon.
Yeah.
That is codependency. Support is someone saying what they want, somebody making a goal, setting an intention, and you saying, yeah, babe, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's get that done. How can I help you?
Right.
And if you flip it on your relationship now, which, you are feeling is healthy and happy and full of joy, no notes, right? You wouldn't say that your partner now is the reason that you're happy, the reason that you're successful, the reason why you get up and go to have a job. You're responsible for that. And again, it's not like this overnight thing that you can just fix.
And I'll tell
not feeling responsible.
It is hard to go from that type of relationship to one where you're just existing.
Right.
Because for so long, especially if that is like your first real long relationship, love felt like jumping in the water and treading and trying to figure out how to stay afloat. And not only just for yourself, but for the other person as well. And then when you get out of that and you're like, oh, I could have just stood up the whole time, and you could stand up if you wanted to, but you're not.
You're not.
And no matter how hard I ask you and tell you that you're capable of it, you're not going to do it.
Right.
And now I'm looking at this other person who now I have a wonderful relationship with stand next to me. And that to me feels like you don't need me.
Right.
And
it almost feels empty.
Feels wrong.
Yeah. It feels like
maybe I don't like them as much because
I'm not needed.
I'm not
like you're not a mom.
To kill myself to keep them up.
You're not your partner's mom. And even then it's like your partner's mom should not need to be his mom at this time. You know, like you have to let other people's actions speak for themselves. And you chose yourself. And there's literally nothing wrong with that. No. Like nothing wrong with that. And I get it. Like I had a high school sweetheart who I very much like broke his heart, right? Like I think in a negative, like I couldn't decide what I wanted. Like when we were growing apart and I didn't really want to make it work, but I still loved him and I wanted to be comforted by him. Toxica.
Yeah. Is this the one who had cancer?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so there's also
an element.
That dynamic.
It's my high school sweetheart had cancer.
Yeah.
Lots there.
Yeah.
And the responsibility and his whole world got turned upside down. He was an athlete. Right. He was supposed to go to D1 school to play football. Like his whole life was crushed. And it crushed me to see him crushed. It crushed me to see the downfall. We had also been best friends since we were 3 years old. Like we had known each other our whole lives. Like he was so, so important to me. And it really felt like, I got married for the first time and he hadn't even, been in another relationship to my knowledge. And I was like, it did feel like this, like, but I also felt like it wasn't my job to like check in on him. It wasn't my job to be, like that wasn't my place anymore. Like the best thing I could do for him was let him live his life and not be a presence in his life anymore. Cause I didn't want to be his romantic partner. Like at the end of the day, like I had to make that decision for myself. And that's sometimes the best thing you can do is just say, I wish you the best.
Yeah.
I
wish you would wish the best for you too.
Right. It's hard to watch people flounder.
Yeah. I saw something that kind of put this scenario into perspective for me. And it said, I mothered my partner so much that when I left, I felt like I was abandoning a child. Yeah. Yeah. I read that.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You made them the victim, basically, of neglect.
Yes. I mean, that's the process is like, I have now like created an orphan. And it's like, but that's an adult man in this scenario.
Right.
But like that is an adult person. But the feeling inside of the person who leaves is I've abandoned this person.
No.
And it's like, that's not, but how long, if that's the case, how long, ask yourself this, were you abandoning yourself in pursuit of them?
Right. And finding joy outside of yourself. Because I think as women, it's hard to make ourselves the center of our own universe. It feels better to make our kids, our partners, our friends, our parents, whatever else. It feels more comfortable, less selfish.
Yep.
To live in that reality. So how long have you like not even been a character in your own story and you've made your life about this person?
Yep.
And then they're out of your life. You're finding joy. You're finding comfort. You're finding partnership. But you're still missing the person who was the center of your whole universe, your whole internal monologue, your whole existence, right? Which was taking up all of this energy.
Ghost a relationship past.
Yes. And it's hard. Like getting out of toxic relationships is hard because there's that absence of energy, of vitality.
Oh, yeah.
Of, all of that stuff. And then you get in a healthy relationship and you're like, what the fuck?
And it's hard because you can be so aware that the healthy relationship is the right choice.
Yes.
And you are happy. There's, like you said, there's no notes. There's nothing to say. So if there's nothing to say, why am I still thinking about this? Why am I still hurting from this? Why am I still feeling like something's missing? But if you are so used to living your life on a roller coaster, a straight shot of road feels really boring.
Yeah.
But it's also so safe.
Can I say something personal about you?
Yeah.
Okay. When your divorce was finalized, you kind of spiraled.
Yes.
For months.
Yes.
And it was like, I was like, Jerry, what is going on? Like, there was a lot of guilt, a lot of, did I wreck my family? Did I? And Brady was already moved in. It was very complex.
Yep.
It was a very complex ecosystem.
Yes.
Because at one point I'm like, okay, yeah, but also Brady should not be hearing any of this. You know, like.
Oh, I sat him down at one point, and
Yeah.
it was Christmas time. And I sat him down and I was like, I'm having a really hard time because I miss this person.
I miss the family. Yeah.
I miss the person who I thought I was going to love for my whole life. I miss the person who was my friend. And it's hard because I'm now trying to figure out, was that person real? Does that person still exist? Have I betrayed that person? And at the same time, I'm saying all of this to the person who I know I want to be with.
Right. And then she got me involved, thank God. And I said, Jerry, have you been taking your meds?
Oh my God, yeah, it was that.
And
yeah.
and she said, no, I ran out and then I just didn't get a refill. And I said, when did you run out? And it was October, right when her divorce was finalized. And I said, oh, so you've been dabbling in self-harm. And that's what it was. You felt like I ruined my family.
Yeah.
Because you were running on fucking adrenaline. Like,
well, I mean,
literally with live shows, right?
Yeah, I was on tour.
And just, it was kind of a fast, rapid,
Yes.
you know, divorce. Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God that process went relatively quickly, as fast as it did. But then the crash, because live shows stopped, divorce was finalized, holidays.
Yep.
And you said, I ruined my family. I should feel this. I think that's what the bad voice at the back of your head said is, maybe you should feel like shit about this, Jerry. Maybe you should sit with the real feeling of, you know, getting divorced.
Yeah. And I think what I needed was to figure out the legitimacy behind that voice. Because I have dealt with messages in my head that are so bad. That's what led me to get on medication in the first place. It's what led me to get therapy in the first place. I remember my very first therapist was like, when you wake up in the morning, just throughout the day, I want you to write down whatever negative thoughts come into your head. By the time I got out of bed and brushed my teeth, I had already written 30 things down.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm going to be so good at this task that you've given me. And my brain flooded with these messages. And it wasn't uncommon. It just was the first time that I was like documenting it. And her and I did a lot of work, and I realized that like those messages that I was initially hearing in my own voice wasn't actually my thoughts. It wasn't my feelings. It was messages that other people had said to me, had imprinted on me, that I adopted as my own identity. If you watch Inside Out 2, that has a lot to do with it. I had a similar experience then whenever I was off my medication after my divorce. And
I'm talking, you were tortured in a way that I was like, Jerry. And Jerry and I have a relationship. Again, she has her GED. Okay. She is the Gemini eldest daughter. I tread lightly typically with you people.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to scare you away. I don't want to, you know, like insert myself like you're big sister. You know, like there's a respect there. There's a respect for the big sister dynamic.
Which is funny because I've never viewed you as a little sister.
Yeah. But it's true.
You're younger than me by
you fall
like
in line quick.
years.
Yes. Yeah. 3 years?
How old are you?
20 or God,
yeah, me too. 29.
29? 29? 32.
Okay, yeah, I'll be 35 this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have always viewed you as like older than me. And so I was happy that you hit me with
I said
the wake up
she
call.
respects me enough for me to say this. We were on Markable. I was in my gym parking lot. I said, "Oh, I got to tell her like it is." And luckily, like I guess you were right with Brady, and you were like, "I told him," and he went and got my meds, and I'm taking them. And I said, "Okay, good,"
because he didn't know.
He didn't know.
He didn't know that I was on. Nobody knew,
And you were tortured. It was just to the point where I was like, Jerry, snap out of it.
It wasn't because I was cognitively wanting to hurt myself.
No,
it was
but I think it was.
But once I started feeling everything, it was harder for me to feel like I should go get it because I was like, I'm not
self-harm.
I don't want to numb this.
Self-harm.
I don't want to pretend like this isn't here.
Right.
And in a way, I'm kind of glad that happened because it did make me confront some things that I still needed to confront.
Stay on your meds. Everybody,
stay on your meds.
Stay on your meds.
Stay on your meds. PSA, stay on your meds. Don't do what I did. I'm just trying to find a silver lining in a shitty situation.
She's so stupid.
I'm the dumbest boy at school.
For that. Okay. Don't be dumb.
Yeah, don't do that. But it made me realize that I was carrying around guilt that I didn't need to.
No.
And now I'm able to tell myself I did everything I could. I am doing the right thing. I'm looking at my life. I'm looking at my kids' life. I'm looking at the trajectory of what is to come. And it's so beautiful. And so if I had to go through that pain and if I had to, blow up my life, certain things need to be blown up.
Certain things. Yeah.
Buildings that are like in decay get knocked down all the time.
They're structurally unsound.
And they need to come down.
They need to come down. And they can be rebuilt.
And you can't look at it and be like, I feel really bad. That building could have been something.
Yeah, it's infested with termites. It is time to tear it down.
Yeah.
I get that. And I mean, I relate to a lot of the codependency, even with my divorce from Dave. Like, he was stranded basically in another country, right? I remember carving out spaces that were just his, right?
Yep.
Like, we had some mutual friends at the brewery I worked at, so I stopped going there. I stopped working there. I said, this can be your space. I'll have my space. But for a long time, it was like, I just wanted him to feel some sort of peace, some sort of happiness, but I couldn't be responsible for helping him navigate it anymore.
Yeah.
He wasn't my child. I wasn't his mom.
Yep.
And although our relationship was different, like, I don't think I ever saw Dave as like a work in progress. I was the work in progress.
I think that's debatable.
That's how he viewed me. Of like, she has so much potential. She could be this. She could be that. She could be.
Yes.
Like, he.
Okay, I thought you were calling.
He very much was the one that was like, you could run a marathon.
Yeah.
You're going to run a marathon. You should run a marathon.
Yeah.
I literally think this was a conversation we had. And I was like,
that doesn't feel like my journey.
That doesn't seem like something. That doesn't sound like me.
Have you met me?
That doesn't sound like me. Meanwhile, now I'm like, I have to come clean to the pot. I'm a runner now. I'm so sorry.
Spoiler alert. Dave was right.
He was right. Oh my God.
Oh God.
Somebody call him. I think he's in England now. I hope he's at peace.
Dave, she runs now.
+44.
Is that for the UK?
We joke.
We
Don't talk to him. Nobody tell him. I'm still scared of him a little bit.
Are you?
Not like actually like scared for my safety, but just kind of like my heart would fall through my butt if I heard his voice. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa. Yeah, I have a very different reality because
daily interactions.
Yes.
Yeah, it has to be that way.
Yeah.
You know, you've got kids.
Yeah.
But
so I think what do you think?
I think you did what was best for you and your family and your ex.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you guys deserved to not have the same cyclical fights. Jesus Christ, those cyclical fights will drive you crazy, will they not?
Yes.
The fights you always come. It's like, oh, we've been going over this for 5 years. I don't know how many more times we can hash this out. It was crazy.
Yeah.
You feel like you're going crazy.
Oh, 100%.
Like both people.
It feels
Both sides.
Well, and that's the thing too. Whenever I was in school to become a teacher, I was fascinated by this one class called ABA, which was Applied Behavior Analysis. And it was all about observing behaviors and not so much the peak of the behavior, but what was leading up to it. What was the catalyst to the behavior? And then how do we work on the come down? Because if we can intervene before that, then we never get to the peak.
You took that and ran with it.
Oh, absolutely. I applied that to everything. And I look at kids, and I mean, I looked at my students, I look at my kids, I looked at my ex, and I would see them at the peak, at the behavior. And I'm like, you don't like this either. You're not having fun. You don't like the feeling of anxiety and sadness and anger and frustration inside of you. And I have tried everything that I know what to do to intervene before, other than removing myself.
Right.
And I don't know if removing myself is going to stop it, but I know that it's going to remove my peak behavior.
Yeah.
I know that's where I can intervene for myself. And ultimately, that's the only person I can control anyway.
Right. And if somebody resents you for doing what you think is best, if someone resents you for leaving them high and dry and, you know, they're going back to, in this situation, drugs and like, it's none of your business. At the end of the day, take peace in that.
Yeah.
What they think of you and what they're doing now is none of your business.
Yep.
It just isn't. And that might sting and that might be hard to hear because you put in work, you put in a decade of your life.
And you probably have like established relationships with that person's family or friends. And also, you may know this person so intimately and know what, again, behavior analysis, what might have led them to choose that vice. And you might feel empathy for them. But at the end of the day, we all have free will. We can all make our own choices. We all have our own stories. We're not all on drugs.
What is that sound?
There is something going on.
There's a toy. There's a new Christmas toy that we've lost that's under the couch somewhere. We'll find it. There's a mysterious beeping.
I've been hearing it all day long. And at first I thought someone was...
Could it be a Roomba?
It could be a Roomba, but I don't think our Roomba's...
Sounds like the Roomba.
It might be, but I didn't know that ours was working.
We'll get to the bottom of it, folks. We'll keep you updated.
I thought someone was frogging in my house.
Frogging?
Have you never heard of frogging?
No, Jerry.
And I probably shouldn't tell you about it.
What is it? Is it spying?
It's when someone lives in your house and you don't know it.
Oh my God. Where would they?
Oh, that was Mosby. Where would they hide?
Where would they hide?
Attics.
Do you have a large attic?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Don't tell the people, honey. Don't.
Mosby, you have to stop scratching on the couch because I think someone's in the walls.
You don't need to give anybody a blueprint here.
Yeah.
Okay. Burp, burp, burp. I'll beep it out.
I've got it there. And there. And there. And there. Yeah.
Okay.
I had a vision earlier because when I think of these things, it like all plays out like a movie. So when I thought someone was frogging in my house for a second, I imagined them using my Tovala. And you might think this is an ad, but it's not.
Tovala?
It's a smart oven. And once
How old am I? Like, what's happening? What kind of ovens have we created?
When the food's done, like if they went to use it to like heat up some food or something, it texts me and sends me an alert that says, doo-doo-doo, your food is fresh and ready. Get it before it burns. And that in my mind is how I found out somebody was frogging in my house.
Why are we calling it frogging? I
don't know.
That's too whimsy of a term.
It's like nonsense, Gene.
Yeah, it's too whimsy for me.
Maybe that we call it frogging because it needs to be whimsy or people are going to get scared.
It is scary.
It is scary.
I don't like that. There's that one movie, that one Korean film. What's that one called?
I don't know. But there
That's
is a
about
movie.
that.
There is a movie about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. I didn't like it. It scared me. And I do think about it. But there's really nowhere for people to go in my house. So,
well,
that's not that much for people to do. But Gabby. Gabby.
check your attics.
Check your attics, Gabby.
Physical and mental.
Emotional attics.
Emotional attic.
Check up with that head up, baby.
Yep. Clear out the guilt webs.
Clear out the guilt webs. Just say, fuck that guy. I don't know. Cut through the last 30 minutes of jibber jabber.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah. You got to get to that point.
You do.
You got to get to a point where you can look at him and go, "Bay,"
Yeah.
and then walk away.
You do. Give him the finger guns.
Finger guns.
But it sounds like emotionally you're not in that place yet. So
yeah, you work up to finger guns.
Yeah.
First, you clear out the guilt webs.
And someday soon, honey, you'll be at finger guns.
That's the hope.
We're all just aiming for finger guns. But thank you for calling. We're sorry for your struggle. We hope that this helped. And that's on hotline calls, everybody. How do we end them? We don't know. Because we are not professionals.
Nope.
We're just two ladies.
Who want the best for you.
And gave themselves microphones.
After divorces.
But hey.
Wishing you the best.
Wishing you the best, sister.
Congratulations on your No Notes new relationship.
No Notes new relationship is for the best. So
we love to hear it.
Jerry, any parting words? Any news? Any small anecdotes?
No, I think I have nothing.
You have nothing? You have no... You're going somewhere next week?
Yes, I'm going to Florida next week.
Okay.
But I'll be back by the time this comes out.
I know. We are so ahead of the game, guys.
So
it's kind of freaking us out.
Yeah. You guys don't even know. It's jarring for me because I'm doing 2 podcasts and one is not ahead.
One is week by week, and I know that feeling.
And it's like record Sunday, edit Monday. And sometimes record Wednesday, put it out Friday. We can't do that next week because we're going to Florida. No. But yeah, I have to remember, what did I say when?
Yeah.
And when's it coming out?
And which podcast was
it? And which one was it on?
So
I don't know.
I know.
Yeah.
So why not even... That is kind of tough. It is kind of nice for the ladies in Tangents crowd. They get the IRL you. They get the just few days delayed.
Sometimes I'm like, I'm going to save this for Rachel. And then I will tell Sierra to her face, because I'm going to save it for you. I try and like split it up. Okay. Like I'm in split households. So this is for mom. This is for
for stepmom.
Mm-hmm. I thought about this earlier because I never talked about how I cut my sister's hair on Christmas. Not that this is an important story and we're closing up anyway, but
okay.
I guess it's a callback to us cutting hair in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
On Christmas, I had mentioned before, my kids were with their dad on Christmas. And so I was here. My sisters came up, and Brady was here. Brady got into the whiskey. I got into a gummy. I got into mushrooms chocolate.
Oh, golly.
I got into wine.
Jerry.
I could not stop.
Try fading.
I could not stop laughing because my wine bottle had a coat. Like somebody gave me a...
I remember. You proudly showed me the coat.
Yes.
You did.
Yes. But my sister was like, I really want bangs. Who cut your bangs? Randy. And Sam would never let me cut her hair.
No.
Never. I couldn't even brush her hair if she wanted me to.
Yeah.
But Randy wanted bangs. And she's like, do you cut your own bangs? And I was like, yeah, I do. And she's like, will you cut my bangs? And I said, yeah.
Yeah, I will.
I will.
Yeah. After a gummy, after some mushroom chocolate, after some wine, I could do anything.
I could do anything. It was after wine. I hadn't done the gummy or the mushrooms yet.
Okay.
But It was after some
After
wine.
2.5 glasses of wine,
I
you could do hard things, like cut bangs.
punched her in the face twice on accident with my nails, not like full fist. But I
Okay.
was like trying to get her hair, and I kept fucking jabbing her in the nose. And she's like, Jerry, you can't do this. I'm like, it's fine, it's fine. I forget how long my nails are, and I forget how big our noses are. Okay, that's my bad. And so then I cut it, and she's like, Jerry, you have to blend this. And I was like, of course I'll blend it.
Of course.
Of course I'll blend
Let
it.
me get out my Ninja Creamy.
We go upstairs, okay, into my bathroom. The scissors aren't up there, which I cut the hair with kitchen scissors, of course. But you know what was up there is Brady's trimmer for his beard and mustache. And so I took trimmers to her hair, and it was so bad.
Jerry.
And I could not stop laughing. And she goes, this isn't funny. And I was like, no, I'm aware that this isn't funny, but there's nothing I can do about what's been done.
Well, but we got to stop.
Now, Randy does have a cosmetology license.
Randy.
So she did fix it, and it looks fantastic. She was able to like blend it and even it out, and it looks great.
Randy has lived 100,000 lives.
Randy is very, you know what? That's that youngest daughter.
That's that youngest daughter. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And I respect it.
Yeah,
Game recognized game.
Yeah. It reminds me a lot of you because she got her cosmetology license, and then they were like, you have to build up a clientele. So you have to like talk to people and like network, and you have to do this. That was exactly what she did. She goes, I'm not doing that. And then was like, pivot, I'll do something else.
Josh, who works in sales, my husband, when I was like running my photo and video business, he was like, Rachel, I got to sit on some calls. You know, like we got to see where we're going wrong. And I was like, they like me or they don't like me. I am not selling anything. I say, here I am, here what I do. Do
Take
pay
me,
or
baby.
do not pay.
Or leave me.
And that's on that. And I refuse to sell. It's also hard. Like right now, like trying to grow everything. Guys, this is coming out later. Hopefully I'll have one fucking post by this time. So in 1 month, we've got 1 month. This will probably come out in a month from now. One fucking thing that will have gone viral on TikTok, but it's a different game. TikTok in 2021 was a goddamn gold mine.
Hey, this is Trump's TikTok.
Oh no.
You don't remember?
Does he own it? Or he just allowed it?
Well, I mean,
I was not, and this is the thing, guys. I went 0 dark 30 on TikTok. I was gone. I stopped. I only ever posted on the For Better and Worse page.
but you're aware of what happened in.
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm loosely
okay.
aware.
Yeah. You opened up the app and it was like, thank you for bringing that back.
Oh,
Gross.
gross. Yeah.
I can't even bring myself to say his title because
we just little. But coming back, feeling like an ancient person is tough. And posting posts that would have gotten quadruple, if not more views. And I'm like, what's happening here?
I used to do fucking numbers, brother.
I used to do numbers. We used to do numbers on the top. And we let it die. I let it die. It's okay. It's fine. I'm not mad about it or texting Jerry about it 4 times a day of my frustration. But something I do need to ask, because I'm seeing a lot of it and I don't know what it is what is Lemon8?
I have no idea.
Okay. So many people are asking to follow me on Lemon8.
Who's asking?
The people of
Who
TikTok.
are the people of
know.
TikTok?
Lemon8. Does anybody know Lemon8?
You
You don't know it?
No, I remember it being talked about the same time as Red Note,
Okay.
which was the Chinese
Okay.
TikTok that Americans flooded to whenever TikTok was
Says
going
Naughty
down.
Girl Fitness posted on Lemon8.
Naughty Girl Fitness.
Lifestyle
Absolutely.
community, Lemon8.
Huh.
You don't know it?
I don't know it. I don't know her.
What is it? What is it? Okay. Anyway, I thought you'd know as somebody who's on the TikTok.
No.
100 years old.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you see my posts on TikTok, please like them, repost.
Please, she's
save.
working really
I'm
hard.
working really hard, and it's discouraging. Also, to be that gal, even though you're getting this a month later, be downloading these FBs, baby.
Yeah, please and thanks.
Be downloading. So yeah. Everybody, thank you for listening to another episode of our podcast. I think we've yapped. I think we've yapped it to death.
Yeah.
Gabby, we love you. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for being our second hotline caller.
TLDR.
TLDR.
We're out, I guess.
This whole episode. This is for Better and Worse Podcast. I'm Rach.
And I'm Jerry.
We're out.